Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Before we start, remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us keep creating better and better content for you. And when you finish watching, share one insight or one experience in the comments. Your words might be exactly what another learner needs to read today. Let us begin. You know that thing you keep avoiding. Maybe it is a conversation. Maybe it is a decision. Maybe it is a truth about yourself. Maybe it is your English. You feel it in the background. You think about it when you try to sleep. You feel it when you see other people doing what you wish you could do. And your mind says, not now, later, another day, when I feel stronger, when I feel ready. You distract yourself, you stay busy, you pretend it is not that important. But still, there is a quiet voice inside. Face it. Today, we are going to sit with that voice, not to attack you, but to help you understand what happens when you do not face things and what changes when you finally do. Avoidance is one of the most human behaviors. We all do it. You avoid checking your bank account. You avoid going to the doctor. You avoid ending a relationship that is not working. You avoid starting something you know you need. You avoid looking directly at your English level. You tell yourself, it is not so bad. I can manage. I get by. I understand enough. But deep down, you know, you are not being honest with yourself. There is a gap between the life you have and the life you want, between the English you use and the English you need. That gap will not disappear because you look away. It will only feel bigger. When you refuse to face something, it does not stay in one place. It spreads. It appears as anxiety that you cannot explain. It appears as irritation with small things. It appears as low energy, lack of motivation, a feeling of heaviness. You think, why am I so tired? Why do I feel stuck? Often it is not because you are doing too much. It is because you are carrying what you will not look at. The problem you avoid sits on your back. It is not clear, not defined, not named. So it becomes a shape of fear. Facing it is not about making new problems. It is about seeing the ones that are already there. Let us talk specifically about English. Many learners live in a kind of fog. They say, my English is not good. Okay, but what does that mean? Do you struggle to understand fast conversations? Do you freeze when you have to speak? Do you depend on subtitles? Are you missing vocabulary for your specific area? Is grammar confusing? Is pronunciation unclear? Instead of facing these concrete questions, you stay with the general feeling of, I am not enough. This feeling is heavy and not useful. It does not tell you what to do. So you try to escape it. You avoid speaking in meetings. You avoid applying for opportunities. You avoid any situation where your English will be truly tested. You protect your ego today, but your future pays the price. Facing it means changing this pattern. It means turning fog into shape. You sit down and you ask yourself honestly, where am I now? Not where I wish I was, not where I pretend to be. Where am I? Can I follow a simple conversation? Can I explain my ideas in basic English? Do I understand most of what I read? Where do I break? Where do I panic? You might not like the answers. You might feel embarrassed or sad. But those answers are not insults. They are information. Without information, there can be no real plan. Facing the truth about your English is not an attack. It is the first act of respect. Respect for your future. Respect for your potential. Respect for your time. The same is true in other areas. Facing your finances does not create debt. It shows you what is already there. Facing your health does not create problems. It shows you what is already happening. Facing your loneliness does not make you weaker. It shows you what your heart needs. We often think, if I look at this, it will hurt more. So, we avoid. But the pain is already there. Facing it does not create it. It concentrates it for a moment so that you can do something with it. One reason we refuse to face things is that we confuse seeing the problem with being the problem. You think, if I admit I am at a basic level, it means I am stupid. If I admit I am afraid, it means I am weak. If I admit my life is not how I want, it means I am a failure. So you protect your image in your own eyes by not looking. But you are not your current level. You are not your current fear. You are not your current situation. You are the person who can respond to all of this. Facing something does not define you. Ignoring it does. Because when you ignore, you say, I am someone who runs away. I am someone who cannot deal with reality. Facing it is an act that says, I am someone who can hold the truth, even when it is uncomfortable. That is strength. There is a moment most people know well. You finally sit down to do the thing you have been avoiding. You open your email that you did not want to read. You check the bill you did not want to see. You speak to the person you have been avoiding. You listen to a recording of your English for the first time. Before you do it, the fear is huge. Your mind imagines the worst. But after you do it, even if the result is not good, there is often a strange relief. You think, okay, now I know it is not pleasant, but at least it is not a ghost. This is the power of facing things. Reality might not be pretty, but reality can be worked with. A ghost cannot. In your English journey, face it can mean many things. It can mean facing a test to see your current level, instead of guessing. Facing a real conversation with a foreigner, even if you feel clumsy. Facing a recording of your own voice in English, even if you hate how you sound. Facing feedback from someone who can see your mistakes. Each of these moments can hurt your ego. You will see that you are not as advanced as you told yourself. You will notice habits that are blocking you. You will hear the distance between where you are and where you want to be. But these moments also break the illusion that one day magically things will change. They show you what is required, not in theory, in practice. Some people spend years consuming motivation, but avoiding confrontation with reality. They watch videos about learning. They listen to talks about courage. They read books about success. They feel inspired. They feel emotional. But when it is time to actually face their weak points, their fears, their real level, they close the door. Motivation without confrontation creates fantasy. You feel like you are growing, but nothing fundamental changes. Face it is the moment when motivation turns into movement. When you stop trying to feel better and start trying to see better. Facing something does not mean you must solve it immediately. This is important. You might discover, my English listening is very weak. You do not need to magically fix it today. You only need to say, this is true, I see it. Now I will give more time and attention to listening. You might see, I am deeply afraid of speaking. You do not need to become fearless in 1 week. You just accept, yes, this fear is real. Now I will build very small steps to move inside this fear, not around it. Acceptance is not passivity. It is the opposite. It removes the energy you spend arguing with reality and frees that energy for action. There is another side to face it that is softer, but just as hard. Facing what is good. Sometimes it is easier to face our problems than our possibilities. Because if we admit we are capable of more, then we feel responsible for not living that more. You might feel a quiet sense that your mind, your heart, your talent, your capacity are bigger than the life you are living. You push this away. It is arrogant to think like that. I should be grateful. Who am I to want more? So you pretend you are smaller than you are. Facing it also means facing your strength, facing your hunger, facing the fact that you actually care about improving your English, your work, your relationships. Because once you admit that, you cannot stay completely passive. Desire creates responsibility. When you face reality with honesty, something surprising often happens. You become kinder, not softer in a weak way, kinder in a real way, because you see how difficult it is to carry your fears. You see how long you have been avoiding. You see how much courage it takes to take even one small step. So when you look at other people, you judge them less. You understand that they too are probably avoiding something painful. You stop using other people as a way to escape your own truth, and start using your truth as a way to connect more honestly. This kind of maturity cannot be copied from a book. It is built every time you turn toward something you want to run away from. If all of this feels big, bring it back to something small. Today, ask yourself gently, what is one thing I've been avoiding that I can face just a little bit today? Maybe opening an email you fear, checking how much time you actually spend with English in a week, listening to yourself speaking for 2 minutes and noticing one thing to improve, admitting to someone you trust, I am not where I want to be, and I am scared. Facing it does not mean you need to be brave for 1 hour. Sometimes it means being brave for 20 seconds. Enough time to click play. Enough time to ask a question. Enough time to say what you have been hiding. Those small windows of honesty are where your life starts to move. At the end, face it is not an order to be harsh with yourself. It is an invitation to stop living behind the curtain, to see your English as it is, your fears as they are, your potential as it is, not worse, not better, just real. Reality is not always nice, but it is the only place where you can stand and build something true. Everything else is a dream that slowly turns into regret. So maybe after this video, you sit for a moment in silence and ask, what do I need to face now so that my future self does not have to live with my denial? Then, with all your imperfections, with all your doubts, you take one small step toward that thing. Not tomorrow. Today. Not perfectly. Honestly. That is how you begin to transform fear into respect, confusion into direction, and avoidance into a life you can actually stand in with your eyes open. Thank you for watching.